Cosimo de Medici, the wealthy NFT collector turned Snoop Dogg, has announced the purchase of the first and most costly Fidenza piece in the industry's history. Fidenza number 938 is titled God Mode because there is sometimes a god in the algorithm. Certain outputs are both magnificent and surprising. There is no such similarity in 1,000 distinct timelines, the tweet explains. As indicated in the discussion following the first post, the previous price of this NFT piece was 100 Ether, and it made history a few years ago as the first unforgeable token to be sold at a 3-digit value. 938 went down in history for another reason. It was the first AB 3-digit to be auctioned for 100 ETH years ago. You might not believe it, but that was a record-breaking piece. Another unique aspect of this NFT is that the spiral portrait in the piece rotates counterclockwise. However, this is an illusion caused by the intersection of the multiple shapes. Aside from Beeple's renowned $69 million sale of every days, the first 5,000 days, which established the norm for the whole NFT sector, the list of the best-selling cryptocurrency artwork and collectibles in history grows by the day. Along with Beeple, other artists include Pac, Ferocious, Xcopy, and Hackatow. The sale of the source code for the World Wide Web, which sold for $5.43 million, was also a significant event, as was the sale of the first tweet in history authored by Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, which sold for $3 million. Tyler Hobbs, 34, is the author of Fidenza, a 999-piece NFT collection of generative artwork that has been widely praised as one of the markers of success in the sector and has propelled its creator to the forefront at the digital art industry. Hobbs, a former software engineer turned full-time artist, stumbled across generative art 8 years ago while attempting to combine his computer programming talents with his artistic interests. He was skeptical when he first heard about NFTs, blockchain-stored certificates of ownership related to largely digital assets earlier this year. That is, until he discovered Art Blocks, a collaborative platform that generates artwork through the use of Ethereum smart contracts. Art Blocks was a watershed moment for me because it was a wonderful marriage for the type of artwork that I was making. Hobbs explained, I could tell there was a lot of interest in this art form and a lot of social consensus about NFTs and why they carry value and how they carry worth. So some of the cultural dynamics around it started to make a lot more sense to me. Hobbs officially entered the NFT scene in June with the release of his first project, Fidenza. Based on market conditions at the time, he declined on a fair mint price of 0.17 ETH, which was over $400 at the time. During the project's initial sale, all 999 Fidenza pieces were purchased in 28 minutes. Since then, the collection's value has skyrocketed. According to transaction data on the OpenSea marketplace, Fidenza has earned 40,423 ETH in secondary sales alone, or almost $177 million, depending on Ether's trading price on Wednesday. Several pieces have sold for more than $1 million, with the most expensive piece, Fidenza number 313, selling for 1,000 ETH in August, more than $3.3 million at the time. The starting price for a Fidenza on OpenSea is a little over $350,000, and Hobbs estimates that the typical selling price these days is around $500,000. Hobbs has generated around $9 million in secondary commissions thus far, with a 5% royalty rate going to the artist. I created the algorithm so that each output that it generates every time you run it produces a new image, he explained. And because the algorithm mainly relies on randomness, there might be a lot of diversity in what comes out. Hobbs stated that he spent the most of his time fine-tuning the algorithm, providing intriguing variations while maintaining a basic level of quality. It took him months to create the Fidenza algorithm. Hobbs used Art Blocks to put his generative art script into the blockchain itself in order to deploy the code into an NFT project. Once the fee was paid by the collectors, the smart contract executed the script, minting a fresh NFT and delivering it directly to the buyer. The mystery of the algorithm's result may be part of the appeal. Each item also has a personal touch. To ensure perfect randomization, the method employs a randomly generated hash of each buyer's transaction number as the program's input. I believe that certain collectors have a stronger attachment with the artwork if it goes through the minting process. Hobbs remarked, they feel like they've contributed to its creation in some ways, which they have. Because of the uniqueness of their characteristics, certain Fidenza works are also deemed more valuable than their counterparts. I sort of analyzed how many additions would this be exciting for before it started to get monotonous and uninteresting for each feature. Hobbs explained, I thought a lot of features would be amusing to observe for 10 or 20 minutes, but I didn't want to use them beyond that. As a result, they are uncommon for artistic purposes. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. How many NFTs do you hold? Let us know in the comments. Like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the next video.